Hi, my name is Hannah Reimer, and this is what is hopefully going to be the start of many monologues that I'll be doing on YouTube. Um, this one is going to be what we'd normally call a cold read, because I haven't practiced it. It is a contemporary dramatic monologue from a series of scenes and monologues called Light Dreaming Backwards by Kelly Powell, and I'll be performing as the character Nell, who is a young woman who is also suicidal. So without further ado, this is Nell. Have you ever had a dream and suddenly you realize what's happening doesn't make any sense? And you realize that you're dreaming. And you realize if you know that you're dreaming, then you can control what's going to happen next. When I have an episode, it's exactly like that, only backwards. Sometimes when things are bad, I sit and make lists of reasons not to kill myself. My mom is always at the top of the list. I love her, and I know that if I died, she would be devastated. I try to stay alive for her sake. Next is usually my little sister. She's had enough go wrong in her life, and it would be sad to die without ever really knowing her. Next, I list friends of mine. But when you want to kill yourself, sometimes it's hard to think rationally about who your friends are. You can think that they all hate you behind your back. You can even think sometimes that secretly they want you dead. I'm not saying it makes any sense, but you can think it anyway. The first time I tried to kill myself, I was 10. When I woke up the next morning, I was so relieved. I was so happy that I hadn't succeeded. I didn't tell anyone. And for a while, I was happy to be alive. A year later, I tried again. I've lost count of how many times I've tried. They were all cries for help. I tried to poison myself, overdose on sleeping pills, hang myself, drown myself, suffocate myself, and throw myself into traffic. Now when I wake up after taking every sleeping pill in arm's reach and washing it down with a bottle of wine, I'm never, ever relieved. I feel trapped. I feel desperate. I feel like even more of a failure. And I've even wondered if the reason that I can't kill myself is because I'm already dead and in hell. This is a living hell. There's no better description than that. But your physical drive to live can undermine your mind's desire to die. Your instincts to breathe are hard to overcome. You can't bear another second of misery. But your heart just refuses to stop beating. It has some nerve. It's hard to tell the people I love that I want to die. So I spend a lot of my time and energy pretending that everything's okay. I make jokes. And when I ended up in the hospital, it was almost a relief. Because I didn't have to act for anyone anymore. I just cried all day, and no one took it personally. No one wanted to blame themselves. I could cry to my heart's content, and it didn't hurt anyone's feelings. The honesty was refreshing. But then I started to look at the other patients around me, and I started to realize that I was never, ever going to get better. No therapy was going to help me cope any better than I already do every day on my own. No medication will ever fix me. I will always have depression. I can fight it. I can achieve all kinds of things. I can make everyone think that I'm normal, that I'm coping, that I'm okay. But I've never been okay. I'll never be okay. I will always be one bad day away from suicide until I'm dead. I spend my life trying to delay what I know is inevitable.